Hey, I'm William. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the gear case on a Maytag washer. The gear case is essentially the heart of the washing machine that translates the motor's movements into the agitating and spinning actions that clean your clothes. With over 2 million products in stock and the know-how to help you do it yourself, we are AppliancePartsPros.com.
Let's get our tools together. Today we will need a 1/4 inch nut driver, a 7/16 inch socket, a 13 millimeter socket, a 10 millimeter socket, a 5/16 inch socket, a flathead screwdriver, and a Phillips head screwdriver.
Also, please remember to keep safety first. Always disconnect your washer by unplugging it or switching the breaker off before doing any work on it. Let's dive in.
Don't forget to turn off your water supply and unscrew your hoses from the washer. You might need a towel handy to clean up any unwanted water.
We're going to start off by using our 1/4 inch nut driver to remove the harness cover and the 2 hinge screws that hold the top panel to the frame. We can pull the top panel toward the front, lift it, and then push it back when it's lifted. Now we can lean the top panel back against the wall. In this case, I'm using a strap to hold the top panel since the washer isn't against the wall. Next up is the tub ring, which we're going to remove by pulling the lock tabs away from the tub. Once it's loose, we can set it to the side.
Now you're going to take your flathead screwdriver and lift the center cap off of the agitator.
Then use the 7/16 inch socket to take out the agitator bolt. Now we're just going to lift up on the agitator plate and set it to the side.
You can also use your flathead screwdriver to help lift up the agitator plate. Once the agitator plate is gone, you should be able to see the drive hub. In order to remove the drive hub, we are going to take our flathead screwdriver and use it to take the retaining clip out from the drive hub. Next, go ahead and remove the 6 Phillips head screws that are securing the drive hub in place. If the drive hub is a challenge to get out, take your flathead screwdriver to alleviate areas that are stuck. Once that is done, go ahead and lift the drive hub out.
With that out of the way, we can lift the spin basket up and out. Next, we're going to set the top panel down and set the washer onto its back. We're going to grab a 5/16 inch socket to remove the belt shield bolts. After we do that, we can set the shield off to the side. We're going to pull the belt down off the transmission pulley as we rotate it so that it can slide down easier. Before we remove the mounting nuts, we need to disconnect the motor wire harness from the motor. There's a little lock tab that we need to press while pulling the connection out. When the harness is out of the way, we're going to remove the mounting nuts and keep one hand on the motor so that it doesn't drop. Now we can carefully bring the motor down and set it to the side.
Now unplug the shift actuator from the wire harness.
We need to use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the shift actuator screws and then set the actuator to the side. We also need to use a 13 millimeter socket to remove the pulley nut so that we can set the pulley off to the side. Now we need to use a flathead screwdriver to press into each of the 4 locking tabs of the clutch housing while we pull it away from the gear case. Then we can set the clutch assembly to the side. Before we go to remove the capacitor, we're going to carefully disconnect the wires and use our screwdriver to discharge the capacitor. Do not touch the metal of the screwdriver while doing this. We're going to set the tip on one terminal post and create a bridge to the other one, then leave the screwdriver there for a few seconds. Repeat this one more time. You can rotate the capacitor counterclockwise and lift it out at about a 45-degree angle. Then take the 5/16 inch socket and remove the screws for the drain pump. The drain pump is just going to hang to the side. Now take the 10 millimeter socket and remove the gear case mounting bolts. You should be able to pull the gear case free from the tub.
Here's the new gear case.
If you've already got one, great. If not, you can pick one up at AppliancePartsPros.com. We're going to set the new gear case into the tub. Make sure it seats as firmly in place as possible.
Then install the 4 gear case bolt screws. Then install the drain pump. Once that is done, reinstall the capacitor and turn it clockwise. Now reinstall the clutch assembly, and from there you want to reinstall the shift actuator. Now you need to reinstall the wheel from the transmission pulley. Now locate the drive motor and install it next. It's heavy, so make sure you still have one hand under it while installing it. Plug in the motor. Now install the drive belt and the belt shield and you're good to go.
With the bottom section done, we're going to lift the washer up. We need to lift the top panel up and I'm securing it with the strap, but you'll probably be leaning it against the wall. Then we're going to set the basket back into the tub and lock it into place.
Once that's done, install the drive hub and the 6 Phillips head screws. Now install the retaining clip.
You can put the washer back together by setting the agitator plate back in and securing it with a 7/16 inch bolt. Then we can put the cap back in place.
Once the agitator plate is back in, we can install the tub ring. We need to line up the dispenser cup on the tub ring and the top panel.
Now that we have it lined up, let's go ahead and press down firmly onto the tub ring.
We should hear the locking tab snap back into place.
After that, we can go ahead and set the top panel down by pulling it forward to let it drop, and then pushing it back to lock it in place.
Now you want to put the singular screw back for the wire harness cover, then the 2 hinge clip screws. Don't forget to plug your washer back in, connect the water hoses, and turn your water supply back on.
And if you're still in need of a replacement gear case, don't forget to grab your model number and visit appliancepartspros.com to place your order. Your parts could be at your doorstep in just a few days. While you're here, hit those like and subscribe buttons. We have a ton of troubleshooting and repair guides waiting for you, plus all the parts you might need to tackle the job yourself, all at appliancepartspros.com. Your support means the world to us, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.